feel the feels. Like, I want you to feel all of the feels. I don't want you to, you know, act as if you aren't angry. I don't want you to act as if you aren't sad. I don't want you to act as if you aren't frustrated. I want you to feel all the feels. I want you to enjoy this place for as much as it offers you. I want you to go in the corner and scream as much as you need to. I need you to take hour-long showers like I did. Like, because I get all my conversation out in the shower. I can do all my tears. I can do all my praying. I can do everything in the shower. So I want you to feel all of the feels and embrace them and work through them versus acting like they don't exist.
That numbing or that ignoring, acting like you don't feel what you're feeling.
Right.
Back with another episode of Triggered AF the podcast. We are so excited as always because we have a very special guest today who is going to talk to us about something that I've actually never heard talked about before. And we've had over 100 conversations.
Listen, with all the guests.
So I'm always really interested in new topics so that we can get to new triggers and new tips and new tools. So today we are joined with author and founder of IPY Agency, Mrs. Adrienne Alexander.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the pod, girl.
Thank you. Always excited to bring new things.
Yes, we like you. There's so many triggers. It's never ending. So
and
here's another.
And you find out about your triggers sometimes right in the middle of them, and you're like, I didn't know that would affect me like that.
Absolutely.
I feel some type of way.
So we know this is going to help somebody somewhere. But before we get started, we have to initiate you.
You got to be initiated.
You got to get initiated. Not hazed, initiated.
Okay.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Nothing scared's going to happen.
Don't be
You're
scared.
safe. You're safe here.
You're safe. I promise.
This is a safe space.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
So outside of all the titles and accolades and accomplishments that you had, who do you say that you are?
I have no idea.
Really?
Oh.
I honestly, and it's so funny that you all asked that because I had literally just had a conversation yesterday, and I acknowledge myself as little Adrienne, or like, I'm glad you researched little old me, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And it's just like there have been so many iterations of Adrienne that I don't even know like how to encompass all of it, right? So it's like, who am I outside of titles? I feel like I'm probably like this like energy cannon, right? Like I am such
an energy cannon. What? That's a new one. An energy cannon. I've never even heard those words put together. Okay.
Me either, but I think I like it.
I like that.
And that's me. I am such an energy person, right?
Okay.
I love energy. I have clients who laugh at me because they're like, you don't like nobody, and then it'll end up being right. And I'm like, it's not that I don't like anybody, it's just that I am so in tune with energy that if I walk into this wrong energy field, I'm just like,
something's
So
off.
I'm real glad you felt good energy when you came in here. We're going to have to put it out to the people. It's real good energy.
It was triggering. It was triggering, y'all. We ain't gonna talk about it too much, but it was a trigger.
It was a trigger, y'all.
I think I'm gonna use that too. I'm gonna be an energy cannon. Like,
because you
I like that.
You are.
Yeah.
And cannons, they get real specific. Like, they don't usually sway to the left or to the right. Once they fire, it's like a heat-seeking missile. It's like, no, it hits its target. So you're making sure, like, okay, once I come into a space, I'm about to fill out this energy and see what it's supposed to be. And if it is what it is, great. If it is what it ain't,
great. Because now I know. I know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
exit stage left.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick.
Absolutely.
Real quick.
I love that. Ooh, that's so good. So, that's okay. Listen,
it's trigger AF.
we're doing all the things.
Like
Real time. time. And that's too is what I do like about this podcast is we're not so rigid in thinking that, oh, it has to be one way, or, you know, we've discussed all the things. Because what Dani and I have realized is over 150 episodes at this point, and we still have like just started to scratch the surface.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me feel bad sometimes when I think about like my mother and what she experienced, where there were not these resources when she was growing up, or even when she became an adult or became a mom. And there's so much that like she didn't know. And so with all of the things that you do not know, because you don't know what you don't know until you've gotten there. And so when it comes to becoming a parent by accident, that can be challenging.
Yes.
Like, I mean, challenging to the 10th degree, because again, you don't know what you don't know. So with your story, what would you say has been like the greatest lesson or learning that you have come into with this experience?
So, with the experience, it is because I am a parent of adult children. And so I have 3 fully grown children. My oldest son just turned 30. My daughter is 28, and my youngest son just turned 22.
So grown. You done. You supposed to be partying.
Supposed to be
never done. Never done.
But yeah, you never done. That 30-year-old will be. But anyway, triggering. But
it's always one. It's always one.
So, but you know, 4 years ago, I was really on that bus. I was just like, I am done. I'm over it. I'm finished. My son was graduating high school.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no more parent-teacher conferences. No more, oh my God, I got to drive him to school because he missed the school bus. You know, none of those things. And then I had the unfortunateness of my daughter getting into some trouble, and that trouble led me to become the guardian of my granddaughter. So I went from no more school buses and somebody who, although not an adult, was completely independent, back to changing diapers.
Just like that.
Diapers, just like that.
So how old was your granddaughter when you got her?
Ava was 1.
Oh, still very much in diapers.
Very new.
Yeah.
Very new on earth. Very new here.
Very new.
Okay.
Very new. She had turned 1 in February, and I got legal custody of her in August.
Oh, Shondo.
So you were completely home free?
Home free. You were in the stretch.
I was, man, listen, was I in the stretch?
Yeah.
I could see the finish line. I saw the people cheering on the side. You know what I mean? Let's go.
It was coming over the Himalayas.
It was. And then all of a sudden it was like, I guess the mountain crumbled.
Oh.
And it was just like, I could still see the people in the distance.
Like, no, go back. Turn around. Turn around.
They're like, oh, you thought.
Start over.
They were like, you thought.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go back.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's wow. So then what did you, like, what did it teach you about yourself?
Resilience. And it taught me, fast forwarding to now, present day, and when I wrote the book, it taught me to really like lean into the why. Because obviously when this first happened, I was in all the feels, right? I don't even know how to process the feels. It's hurt, it's anger, it's frustration, it's regret, it's grieving. Because again, you have to grieve what you thought you were going to do. Like, I should have been able to just leave when I want to leave, travel when I need to travel.
Yeah.
But now I'm back to paying for a babysitter. Now for that, you know, again, my son is 17 years old, so I'm not paying for daycare. I'm not paying for a babysitter. And so I really, through over these last 3.5, almost 4 years, had to really learn how to process things differently. And I also, honestly, love Ava to death.
Yeah,
but
it's not about that.
Yeah, it was like I had to realize that she was not the hindrance that I may have felt she was. Because, you know, it's like you don't want to lash out and take anything out on the child. However, you still have to process what you're going through.
Right.
So it's just like I had to stop looking at it like, oh my God, Ava's in the way, and say, okay, well, let's make a new way. We're gonna have to create this new path and figure things out that way.
Yeah, because I feel like especially this is your grandchild. Obviously, there's love there.
Yes.
There's care there, but grandparents, you want to take them and give them back.
Correct.
You know, so it's like
absolutely.
Yeah,
Come for the weekend and go away.
Right.
Go ahead on home.
Yeah.
Go back to your people.
Exactly. So it's like no matter how big your heart is, no matter how close you are to this child, no matter how much you love this child, I feel like those feelings are normal and common, but a lot of times people will feel bad for feeling that way. So do you remember, or even now if you're still doing it, how you were able to work through, like, are there some specific things that you did to kind of work through those feelings of resentment that you felt, you know, or like the frustration and the sadness that came from like your whole life being upended by somebody else's choice? Because that's the piece sometimes that will really piss you off. Like, I always say this thing, and Lord, please, I don't want to crash any cars, but my saying is that, like, I like to crash my own car.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get in my car and crash my shit because I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
But if I get in, I crash it, like, I can deal with it. But I have like this thing of like,
Absolutely.
it infuriates me when I feel like somebody else's decisions, their life, their schedule, everything is like fucking with mine. Like, that bothers me. So what
1000%.
What are yours? Have there been any steps, or what has been some of the work for you with that?
So in the book, I created an affirmation because we know
we like those.
affirmations.
We love that. We are everybody. We are everybody.
We're the everybody. I'm okay with that.
I created the joy balm, and it's a, you know, because kind of biblical if you get into it, you know, like the balm in Gilead. And, you know, like the balm is like this ever cleansing,
soothing. Yeah.
And so I created the joy balm, and so the joy is to juggle your responsibilities, be open to help, and to yield to help, because a lot of people do not yield. You know, it's like, I know I need the help, but I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm gonna get it done. Like, I can't. And then, you know, it's also because when you deal with situations like mine, my daughter is incarcerated. Okay. And so you don't know, depending on your circle, your industry, your people, your connections, you don't know the people who want to know because they want to help, or they just want to know because they're being nosy. Okay. It's like, you just want to be in my business.
Yeah.
And so you could have the best of intentions, but if I'm not comfortable with that,
I won't yield.
I'm not going to yield.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to yield.
Gotcha.
And so with the balm, I want you to take breaks. I want you to assume and just be assertive, and then lean into the help also, and be mindful. I want you to utilize mindfulness, because again, with the mindfulness, I had to, you know, like, change my mindset surrounding being a parent all over again. You know, I changed your thought process when it comes to, again, paying for daycare, when it's like,
and it's real expensive now. It's really expensive.
You're not even the same person you were when you were a mother all those years ago. And I'm sure mostly in good ways, but just like what your desires are, who you are, how you think,
how you want to move.
I don't even like kids no more, y'all.
Like, me and you both.
I don't even like kids
that bought the t-shirt. I'm through.
Oh my
Because they need a lot. They are so needy, and when they're toddlers, they're terrorists.
She 4, y'all. She just talk all the time. Grandma, look. Grandma, I can do this.
Like, yeah, you're supposed to do that. Now go sit down.
So it's like, it is. So it is learning your boundaries and your limits, because to your point, I'm not the same person, right? And so, man, the ability to deal with things that I could deal with before and now,
that patience, it don't be patient.
Oh my God, it does not. Oh, I'd be like, but then you have to, I won't speak for anybody else. I have to be like, okay, Adrienne, she's 4. She's 4, Adrienne. She 4. She don't understand. She don't get it.
Right. She just got here. She's new here.
She's new here.
I have a 3-year-old, so that's why I'm talking about, you just got here. Your brain ain't all the way. That's a good one too. You know, your frontal lobe is not fully developed till 25. So I give all the young idiots a lot of grace.
The young idiots.
I'm like, you stupid, but you, it's okay.
It's okay.
Your brain is literally not all the way there. So that's what you gotta do.
I have to, because to your point, man, that patience. I'm 50, and it's just like,
patience get real thin.
I'm 38 and I don't got the patience. I am on a count. Hey, driver, you're not a part of the community yet. Being in community is the game changer and the cheat code.
And this is more than just a membership. It's your growth circle, accountability hub, and safe space for navigating the messy yet beautiful work of becoming your best self.
And not only will you get exclusive tools, live access, and the support designed to help you transform your triggers, but you'll also get the tools that you need to build new habits that help you to lead with clarity, confidence, and joy.
Time to create lives that feel as good as they look. See you soon, Thrive Tribe. Visit justthrivenow.com.
That's why this conversation for me was so important, because it's like, I too don't like children. Like, I don't like, and for y'all who get confused about it, I love children.
Yes.
I want to make sure they're protected.
Yeah,
and
but that's
taken
not the same
care
as
of.
having them in your house every day looking at you asking for food. And they're hungry.
Right.
Can we talk about how hungry they
They're
are?
always
my
hungry.
gosh.
You said that you're 50. I heard this lady was it on Instagram or what you call it? No, it couldn't have been
Tickety
TikTok
Talk.
because I'm not on there like that. It was Instagram, and she said that when she turned 50 or something like that, the two P's went, her period and her patience. She don't got no more. I don't got no more of that.
Period, but I ain't got no patience. Like,
I don't got none of that no more. I don't got
None
no
of it.
time for that. I don't got no time for games. I don't got my period. I got no
hopefully this
patience.
period hurry up and leave too, but the patience
went
gone.
first.
Done.
Let me tell y'all,
Done.
I don't know when this will air, not that it matters, but Halloween was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And with, as you know, having a 3-year-old, so you try to hold on to secrets as long as possible, right? So I had her costume, and she's like, Grandma, what am I going to be? Am I going to be Princess Tiana? What am I going, you know what I'm going to do? And so I had gotten her this super cute unicorn costume, right? And so I was like, let me hold off. So I held off until like bedtime Wednesday to show her this costume. And do you know, it was like, so I get to wear this tomorrow? So I'm going to wear this? Are we going to go trick-or-treating? When are we going to go trick-or-treating? Can we go? And I'm like,
All the
Ava?
questions. Just give me a moment.
Ava.
Let me breathe.
And so then yesterday we go, and so soon as she comes in the door from school, she's like, can we go trick-or-treating? I'm like, we're going to go trick-or-treating. Okay, can we go now? Ava, we're going to eat first, and then we go trick-or-treating. Okay, and then I'm going to wear my wings. Ava, if you ask me again, we're not going to go.
Halloween's about to be canceled. You keep
For
playing.
you.
Okay.
Like, if you ask me again, we are not going.
It is finished. It's about to be finished for you, my good sis.
Because you need a whole new capacity now.
Yes.
Like you need a whole nother bucket
Yes.
of all the things.
A new bucket. So then,
New bucket.
how do you then cultivate then the like parental type of love? Because for me, motherhood has been, and honestly is still, a challenge. And granted, technically I was an accidental parent too, because I was just trying to have fun and get drunk.
That is not what she's talking about.
Technically.
I was just trying to have fun and get drunk in Jamaica.
You still made
Not
a
in
choice.
Jamaica.
In Jamaica, I was
She ain't
literally.
been back since. She's so
Bring home the
traumatized.
vacation, baby.
I haven't been back since because she's so traumatized from it.
15 years, y'all. 15 years.
We going to Jamaica next year. It's on the list.
She's like, I can't.
We gonna
I
film
can't
there.
do it.
We filming in Jamaica.
What if I
said
get
it first,
pregnant?
okay?
No.
Just don't take the man with you.
Right.
What if I meet one there?
Oh Lord.
I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. Maybe.
Look, right. Badass.
It's okay. We're gonna have to send that one back to God.
He know your heart.
Hey, only he knows. But how do you? Because, like I said, for me, motherhood has been such a challenge, and so cultivating that type of deep parental love was a challenge for me, although I was a pseudo accidental parent. But for you, for someone who you didn't bear that child, like that's
Right.
not, you ain't signed up for that.
I did not.
You didn't make that choice. So for a child who isn't necessarily, yes, biologically you're connected, but she's not yours, how do you begin to like cultivate that level of love in them without seeing them as, dang, I got to do for you, like, because you, and they're a kid, like they can't do it themselves. They didn't ask to be here, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's a great question. I think, as I said, it took me these years. So when I was writing The Accidental Parent, Nurturing Love in Unforeseen Circumstances, I was going through those questions in my head probably, especially because a lot of people didn't even know that my daughter was incarcerated, right?
Okay.
So they would see me with Ava, obviously, and they're just like, oh, she probably love her granddaughter, you know? And so I think it was important because my daughter is still around, because, you know, unfortunately there are tragedies that happen that create accidental parents as well.
Yeah.
So luckily, you know, my granddaughter does still have her mom. And so we have conversations with her. We do video calls, so they do speak. So she knows who she is. However, at the same time, we had to establish that parental, myself and my husband, because we are the guardians. We are the legal protectors in the house.
Of this child.
Of the child.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that we have conversations, you know, specifically about the doing for, but just make sure that she knows I'm grandma, that's Papa. Now, the issue is going to come in when my daughter comes home, right? Because that's a completely different conversation.
It's a different dynamic now.
Because now mommy is physically in the house, because of course she'll come home and live with me.
Yeah.
So now mommy will be in the house. And so that's boundary setting for everybody, right?
Right.
Because she can't just come home and think that she will automatically fall into the parent role.
Yeah, because you're not there yet.
You're not. And we've parented at that point, because she's supposed to come home September 2026.
Okay.
And so at that point, we will have parented her for 5 years. So as you and I spoke about a little bit before off camera, the first 5 years are already done.
Yeah, that's when they're imprinted.
Yes.
All their imprints are done.
After that, Godspeed, y'all. Godspeed. But if you can get it right, the first 0 to 7, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Just
so
focus
we'll
on that.
have to talk about that, because the hard work is done.
Yeah.
You know, like the foundation has been laid.
Yeah. Wow.
At that point, she'll be going to kindergarten or already in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And
September.
so, we're beyond the building and the nurturing of young brains or toddler brains, because now we're going into a 5-year-old that is actually in kindergarten and in school.
Yeah.
And so we will have to figure that part of it out.
Yeah.
Especially because, you know, I've communicated with my daughter that I don't feel like at this point that we're in, which is triggering for me, that she's learned anything.
Oh, dang.
I feel like, you know, a lot of times, and she has read the book.
Yeah.
I mailed her a copy of the book so that she could have it. And she called me and she told me she read it. And I asked her what she thought about it. And she said she had mixed emotions because, you know, I was telling her business.
Okay.
And, but she understood because it was my story to tell.
Yeah.
And
about
so,
what your feelings and experience is in your actions. Like, you know, I didn't sign up for this.
I did not sign up for this.
And then it affects your relationships too, because, and this is, and when I call children terrorists, I don't mean like they're like blowing stuff up, but I do kind of mean that they're blowing stuff up.
Now.
Yeah, but they do though. They come in, they're not evil terrorists, but they come in and the relationships are ruined.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
They're
your body.
disruptors.
They're disruptors.
Disruptors.
I like that.
Disruptors.
No more terrorists. Children are disruptors. I like that.
Yeah.
But they disrupt everything. So then how do you then maintain your romantic relationship, because you're married?
Yes.
And so how do you maintain your romantic relationship when you have this disruptor coming in, messing up all the things?
Yeah, that's why I think it took me all of this time to actually start telling the story and talking about it through the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, and someone asked me if I was embarrassed, and I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah.
I think
You did the right thing, the best thing.
I think it was embarrassing for her, you know, like my daughter, like she didn't want people to know, which is interesting also because early on into her sentence, she would complain that people weren't writing her, and I'm like, well, ma'am, you told me not to tell anybody.
You never told anyone.
Yeah, like, which is
write you if they don't know where you are. Like, and so that was why I had to, you know, get beyond her secondhand embarrassment. I had to get beyond, you know, like her story and what she did, and you know, like transparently, because you know, again, I don't mind sharing because it could save someone else. But the majority of women who end up incarcerated, a good percentage of it always has to do with a man.
Listen, it's something about the way Dick be just hypnotizing us.
Listen, and it was like, that was, her situation with a dude who she felt, Ava's dad, who she felt, loved her. And I'm like, girl,
this not what it's supposed to look like, feel like. It's not it.
So how do you, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of still on topic, but just my own curiosity, how do you, when you feel like you've done a certain job with the things that you've instilled in your children, and then for whatever reason they still make these life-changing mistakes that end up impacting you, how did you, or how have you been learning to resolve that within yourself?
Writing this book.
Really? Was it like therapy for you?
It was so much therapy for me.
Okay.
It was, and I think because honestly, I've been speaking to people and I talk about kinship care, and I'm realizing that so many people had never heard of the official title of kinship care.
Yeah.
And for me, this is my third touch of kinship care. So I was raised by my grandparents because my parents struggled with alcoholism and addiction.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And so it was like both family dynamics. So I have a younger brother. Our mother that we shared with his dad and with my dad all struggle with alcoholism and addiction.
Wow.
So it was like my mom's marriage, my dad and my mom and our mom. And so with that being said, I helped raise my younger brother because we had I've never lived with my parents.
Okay.
Which is crazy because my dad lived with us though. So I was raised by my grandparents.
Yeah.
100%. When my dad was deep in his addiction, he came home to live with us. So I've never lived with them, but he lived with us.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've never lived with my mom though. Never. My brother did. And so they had a situation where someone overdosed in the house.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And so with addiction, what you find out and figure out is that regardless of where you are in life and what you're struggling with, you're going to hold on to what you hold on to and what's dear to you. And so when I asked my mom to let my brother come live with me, she told me no. She was like, that's my son. Like, he's not coming to live with you.
The ego steps in.
Oh, wow.
Ego. And so luckily my stepfather had the wherewithal to be like, Adrienne, just go ahead and let him go. I'll deal with her. Because he would come over my house on the weekends anyway. And so my stepfather was like, just take him this weekend. Let him stay. And then,
how old were you at this time doing this?
I was like 20.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I was a baby.
How old was he?
He was in high school, so he was like, well, this
14?
started. So this started because, and I tell the story, and he'll be angry with me, but we get over it. I used to go over their house when he was younger, between 7 and 10.
Yeah.
And the apartment community they lived in. Whenever I would go over there, I'd be like, Ma, where's, and I ain't gonna say his name, but I'd be like, Ma, where he at? And she'd be like, I don't know, he around here somewhere. And she'd go on the balcony and yell at him throughout the whole community to see where he was.
What?
And I would always find him. There was a grocery store in the community, and I would always go find him at the grocery store because he would be up there making money, putting people's groceries in their car.
Amen. I like that. Young man gonna make him some good money.
And so that's where I would always find him at.
Yeah.
And so, that's when I started like taking him for the weekends because I'm like, this is not a great environment for you to be in.
You need some structure, some routine.
You feel the need to do it.
Right.
Like you're not worried about just being a kid. You have like now this weight of feeling like you need to help and contribute.
Yep.
Like that's a real thing that that parentified child that has to go through and now take on this role, even though they don't know what they're doing. They just know they need to do something.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so then now I'm raising my granddaughter. So it's kinship care again. And so
times three.
And so that's why it became important for me to write it down, to write through and figure out what I'm feeling. And I'm like, I know if I feel like this, it's somebody else somewhere that's feeling the same way.
Yeah. So it's basically like what helped you to work through it is finding an outlet that helped you to process.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense because many times we get to the point to where we ignore and we numb ourselves.
Yes.
Because if I ignore it long enough, I don't feel it. It's okay. Like I'm good. But it's like, or you can figure out what is an outlet that will help me to resolve, to process, and to work through what these challenges are.
I found me a good outlet too. I ran away from home for a week. Like, That was this year, like over the summer, because it was a lot, right? Because, and I talk about this in the book also, because we have to identify what help looks like. So even though in my affirmation I talk about yielding to help and being open to help, but like, what does help look like for you? And so even though my husband and my youngest son were helping, it wasn't necessarily the help that I needed at the time, right? And so it's like, just because you change a diaper or you play with her for 30 minutes or you know, like make her some food, like, that's not always the help, because if she's sick, it's me. If she has a doctor's appointment, it's me. If there's a meeting at the daycare, it's me. If she has to be picked up from daycare, it's me. You know what I mean? So it was like, I am the primary, although you all are there. And when I would say, you know,
I need some help.
Helping. Yeah, if I say you need some help, they both get offended. Like, what do you mean I'm helping? And I'm like, but that's not the help that's helping.
Right.
I need different help.
Yeah.
And so I did. I went away, and I was in California, and people were like, when are you coming home? And I'm like, I don't know. And but it worked, because when I came back, now my husband and I have a better system. He picks Ava up from school every day. You know, like, we share the responsibilities. But you have to be able to communicate what help really looks and feels like.
And that's for all mothers around the world. Like, it is so hard for us because, one, we just do everything better, clearly.
True.
You know, like, our system, the way our brains,
mothers.
I mean, in general, like, you know, like, the way we, like, well, let me just speak for myself.
I'm about to say, speak for yourself, because it's some terrible mothers. No disrespect.
I am a phenomenal mother, okay? And I just like how I do things. I'm very particular. I want it done a certain way, just in life, but especially with my children. And I've had to learn, especially with the things I want to pursue in my personal life and business and things like that, that I do have to trust and lean on a village and lean on my husband and allow him to step in and, like, do things and, like, but it's really, really difficult. So
and it can be overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectionist.
Yeah.
And you want things done a certain way, it can be overwhelming, because you know how you want things done, and people are trying to help, but you're like, no,
not like
you don't
that.
do it like me. You know what I mean? So it's overwhelming for you, because like, you are putting limits around yourself and around others.
And you're not letting anyone lift the load. Like, it is a load. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to think about. Like, every time, like, somebody, like my husband, like, oh, I'm just like, I'm thinking about this and thinking about that, and I just want to be like, do you want to hear? Do you want me to reel up what I'm thinking about? Like, I'm thinking about dinner on Saturday. It's Tuesday. I'm planning dinner on Saturday. Right. I'm planning when the floors get done. Like, you know, like, when you're trying to run a household and take care of the children, like, your brain is constantly on here in this loop. So that's definitely something I would definitely want to just be the peanut gallery praising in the back. Please lean into the help and find the resources and find the people, and then be specific about the help that you actually need, and be like, no, I don't need this. I need that.
Right.
And then that way, when you are getting the help, you feel the release, as opposed to feeling like you're actually just in my way.
Right.
Just move.
Yes.
Like, really, you're in the way. Like, I don't cook with nobody that can't be my sous chef. Don't come in here asking me nothing. Don't ask me nothing. Don't ask me how to boil the pasta. Don't do none of that. Come in here with your skill set, or don't come at all. Okay, if you're not here to help,
your skill set, I need you to already be prepared.
If you're not adding, you subtracting. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Both of y'all are crazy.
That's a good one.
So then, usually, right, there's some space in between, you know, okay, I'm about to be free as a jaybird. Oh, we, you know, young, fly, and free.
Yes.
To, oh, wait, pause on the play. I got to run it back 17 years.
Hey.
I'm sorry, you said one, so that I had to do the math real quick. That's 17 years. Because I have a 14-year-old, and I am on a countdown.
She already planning her where she's gonna move to.
Listen,
she's planning.
Listen. If my daughter's graduation is on a Tuesday, we gonna have her graduation party Tuesday night, and Wednesday night I am on the first thing smoking. I am out of here. I didn't put in my 18-year bid.
Not a bid.
It's a bid.
It's a bid.
It's a bid.
I get it. I know some women adore it and love it, and I love that for y'all.
I know you can ask me a question, but let me tell you something really quick.
What's up?
So with my energy cannon, right? I was in TJ Maxx one time, and so I released my book on Grandparents' Day, September 8th. Oh. And so I was in TJ Maxx before the launch, and I'm in the Ava area, right? Because it's like kids now. You're in the Ava area, and so there was a woman in the aisle with me, and so she was checking the racks. I'm checking the racks, and so in conversation, I was just energy cannon. So I start talking to her. Yeah. And so she was like, well, I'm searching for a bathing suit for my granddaughter. So I was like, oh, okay. She was like, she's turning 6 and she wanted a 2-piece. So I was like, well, did you try Amazon? Just small talk, right? And so she was like, well, the party is Saturday. She wanted da-da-da-da. So I was like, well, since you're a grandparent, I'm launching this book. It's called The Accidental Parent, Nurture, Love, and Unforeseen Circumstances, and I'm releasing it on Grandparents' Day. Yeah. So if your children would want to gift you something for Grandparents' Day, that would be a good opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she was like, can I be very honest with you? She was like, you sound like you have this grandparent thing down. She was like, but that's not me. She was like, I'm not that grandparent. She was like, I don't babysit. She was like, I don't do anything extra. They come see me and I send them home. She was like, because honestly, if I could do things differently, I would have never had children.
Lots of people feel that way.
It's like, oh.
Lots of people feel that way.
Because she was like, I love them. I love my grandchildren. Yeah. She was like, but I'm selfish.
Oh.
She was like, and I could have gone life without ever having children.
I think for me, I've never gotten a chance to really be selfish. And I think that's what my issue is. I've been taking care of kids since I was 8.
Yeah.
I am tired. Technically, I've had a 30-year bid, y'all.
Younger siblings?
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
I've had a 30-year bid. I'm tired. Yes. I am tired of children and taking care of people.
I actually have another question in reference to what you're talking about with your story. So when your daughter does come back, because you said like you feel like do you feel like you want to still be the guardian? Like, what do you feel like that dynamic will be like? What are your thoughts on that? Like, all right, if you hear back, like,
gotta go. It's been real.
Honestly,
I'm curious.
I am there. I'm both places.
Right.
So
I would imagine so.
Because you love her now, like I've incorporated you into my world. Now you gotta stay.
You're in the groove. You're in the groove.
Yeah. Like my daughter, I don't want her to go nowhere. Be clear. I want her to stay alive and well and healthy. I don't want her to live with nobody but me, because I do things a certain way too. Like I was pointing at her, but I was also talking about myself because I could be a little particular myself.
Okay. So
but
yeah, I think that so I definitely want to be like, girl, take your kid.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
I'm out.
As a I'm laughing at myself because in my mind I'm like, as the nanny.
Not the nanny.
You have demoted yourself.
Not the nanny, as the nanny.
You've gone from grandma to guardian to now nanny.
No, I want her to be the nanny. I want my daughter to be the nanny. Like,
you leave her with the baby sometimes. I'll be back. I actually think that's genius. I feel like that can work. I feel like that is the best of both worlds. I think you should be able to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah. Why not? Because that's what you're supposed to do with cake.
Have her be the nanny. I love that.
I love that. But what else are you supposed to do with cake it but eat it? That has been the stupidest thing.
Because what's missing from my life now is a full-time person
I like
that can take her wherever she need to go.
Yeah, who can drive.
Who can cook.
You still want to be the primary.
I don't want to be the primary.
You don't want to be the primary.
I want to be
the primary in name.
Decision maker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want to
like
be
the overseer.
The overseer.
The overlord. I like that.
Yes.
I get that.
I like that.
You want to be the bishop.
I was just saying that in my head. You want to be the bishop. And you want to have your deacons or your assistant pastorship.
I need her to be able to be the full-time transportation.
Amen.
I need her to be
the cook at least.
The cook. And you know what? I'm not even, like financially, of course she'll just be, I'm not worried about any of that.
Yeah, I'll take care of that if you take care of this.
All of that. But you can be that person for free. I ain't got to pay you to be the nanny, but you need to be the nanny.
Listen, because you're doing room and board.
Room and board.
Room and board. more. I feel like that's a good trade.
You're
like
living
that.
in my house for free.
I vote
need
for that.
you to
I
take
like
care
that
of all
idea.
the things.
Yep, because you're gonna buy the groceries. You just need her to cook them. I love that.
I need you to do all the things.
Yeah,
I love
because
that.
it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
It's a
It's a
lot.
lot. And so I was just curious, you know, like I wonder when she does come, what that, you know, it's gonna be like another reiteration of what this
I
dynamic
want her to be
is.
the nanny mommy.
The nanny That's actually, listen, but for those who are experiencing this, that is something that, because she may not have capacity to handle and manage her, especially because you haven't had to do this during her formative years, and now you come back, your baby couldn't talk, now your baby speaking words around you.
All of it.
Has an entire world that's been created, so she may not have that capacity, so this is allowing you to get it easier.
And she has to get to know her because she probably has no real memories.
So it's unfortunate. It's funny because we all laugh at it, right? Even my daughter. But like when we get on the phone, I'll be like, Ava, mommy on the phone, and she'd be like, hi, mommy, and then she'd be like, okay, mommy, and like she
because she doesn't know her,
like whatever she's doing,
and she's a kid, she's not trying to FaceTime you.
It's not
and
clicking.
Then she'll be like, what are you? She'd be like, Ava, my daughter, be like, Ava, what are you doing? She was like, I'm doing my business, like I'm busy, like you know what I mean? Like, those are her responses, like, and so my daughter's like, go ahead and finish your business, you know? But that's the thing. So to your point, like she doesn't. I mean, she's 4, right? Like, it's not going to be a highly engaging conversation.
Because what are we going to talk about?
What are we talking about? And so, you know, so she'll come home and be mommy nanny. Mommy nanny, y'all.
Mommy nanny. I think, listen, y'all should, for folks who are having this experience, because here's the thing, if you look at the incarceration rates, this is happening more than it is not happening. And so having and providing these tools for folks is incredibly important. So I guess my question to you is, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to those who may be struggling with their new role? Like how do they manage it or I guess guide themselves or help throughout this process? Like what would that one piece of advice be?
To feel the feels. Like, I want you to feel all of the feels. I don't want you to, you know, act as if you aren't angry. I don't want you to act as if you aren't sad. I don't want you to act as if you aren't frustrated. I want you to feel all the feels. I want you to enjoy this place for as much as it offers you. I want you to go in the corner and scream as much as you need to. I need you to take hour-long showers like I did. Like, because I mean, I get all my conversation out in the shower. I can do all my tears. I can do all my praying. I can do everything in the shower. So I want you to feel all of the feels and embrace them and work through them versus acting like they don't exist.
That numbing or that ignoring, acting like you don't feel what you're feeling. Because they say that's why women have so many autoimmune disorders, because we completely ignore what we're feeling. We push it down, push it down, push it down. It has to express itself or come out in some way. So it comes out within the body attacking itself, its own immune system.
It's a real, that whole feel all the feels thing. Sometimes in feeling the feels, I think a lot of people resist that or shy away from it because you feel guilty that you even feel that way. You know, like I became a stepmother, you know, a few years ago, and my stepchild was already, you know, like 7. So them formative years was gone. I don't have nothing to do with that. And when a child comes into your life and you are deciding to take on this child and you don't really know exactly what's coming with it, you know, you can definitely have a lot of mixed emotions. And I have and I think still, like, you know, it's been 5 years now, and I still will have some moments where I'm just like, whoa, like this is more than I bit off more than I could chew, like, you know, as he's not going into preteen years. And again, I feel like the bond that maybe would have been easier when he was younger, and if I could have been a part of his imprinting and like we could have bonded in those formative years, I feel like it would have been easier. So it's definitely a real thing to feel all the feels, but I've had to also learn to push past the guilt of some of the feelings that feel wrong or evil or mean, because we've had an episode about step parenting, and I didn't even think about it as a form of accidental parenting, where you're just like, whoa, like like you're in love with a person, but they come with these things, and then you don't have that parental like type of bond or love for them, but you're still taking them on. And as a step parent, you're less in control. So you don't really have as much say, or there's so much collaboration that has to happen
even
with
guardian. You're not even considered a guardian. I've never even thought of that.
But you're still taking on all the things.
All the responsibility.
All the responsibility is still there. Like if he needs to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a real thing.
A child that was, let me tell you something. Like if I were in this space, it's triggering. If I were in this space taking on a child that was raised in this day and age, this would be completely different. Because I know the way I was raised. I know what I expect from children. I know the boundaries, and it
ain't no boundaries.
Right, it would be complete. Man, they would be calling the people on me. Let me tell you,
not the people.
They would be calling the people. So Ava is like all of my children. They still call adults Mr. and Mrs.
Hello.
They are respectful. Thank you. No, thank you. Yes, please. Can I have, please? Like all the things. And so, if I were to meet someone with a child in this generation of children, we would have to have a serious come to Jesus moment, because that child will not be in
There's still hope out there. Our children are like that too. My babies have to say, excuse me, yes sir, no ma'am, Mr. this, Mrs. that. Her daughter's the same. Like it's a few of us. It's a few of us out
still
here.
Holding strong.
But
it is hard.
Child call me Adrienne. I'm like,
Yo, I correct all the. I don't care who your mama is and what your mama and daddy said you could call me, baby. It's Miss.
No, I am Miss.
It's Miss or Auntie if you feeling.
Because that's not really a thing anymore.
It's not. It's not. And so I say to that, it's the same thing, right? And I think that even in those situations with step parenting, it's important to make sure that you and your significant other are on the same page, right? To make sure that you all had that conversation about expectations surrounding the child, even if it's hard with the other parent. Like you need to make sure that the parent that you're with is on your side.
In this house, this is what we do.
And so it can't be, because unfortunately, we know when there's a step parent situation that child will sometimes put parents against each other.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Those little disruptors can be manipulative sometimes.
And that's why it's important for you and your significant other to be on the same page, so that doesn't happen. You can't allow that disruption to happen in your home. Like whatever that other parent is saying and doing, when it comes time, like your husband need to be like, well, listen, Danny said, and we're doing, and this is like you need to definitely do that.
Absolutely.
And did and do and does. Like for real, like one day I was just like, I can't function like this anymore. Like I feel like a robot over here. Like I was like, this ain't working. Like because at first I was trying to walk on eggshells. I didn't want to be offensive. I'm trying to keep the peace. It's a sensitive situation. And then one day I was just like, I'd rather you and I fight every day as long as I can get it out. Like I gotta be able to tell you that this is aggravating me, this is annoying me, I don't like this. Like I'm not walking on eggshells with a child. Like I just can't. I just couldn't do it. And I think that's a really important piece for people who are in these situations when they're kind of like trying to figure out the dynamic and it is sensitive. You do still have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and honoring your own needs and your own wants and the way you want things to go, because now they're your world. Like you over here. Okay. So you're gonna have to hop on this train and we're going to where I say it's going. I can't always be catering to this, obviously a sensitive situation. You don't want to be a jerk, but you also don't want to be so self-sacrificial that you lose yourself in this new role that you have to take on.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, the gyms were gymming, okay?
Listen.
We got us some good gyms. I hope y'all did.
We was putting down.
I hope y'all did. Don't worry, we're going to have some good snippets so that you make sure you get these. But I want to make sure, share this with people, because again, when you look at the statistics for children who are being raised by folks other than their parent for whatever the situation, whether it's death, whether it is incarceration, whether it's health issues, like whatever it is, you do want to make sure you have some tools so that you can survive and give them what they need.
Yes.
Because Absolutely. It is not their fault that they are here. It is not their fault. They didn't choose any of the things for whatever the things are. Right. So it always comes back to us figuring out, how do I make sure I'm okay so that I can show up the way I need to? Because that's what matters most. So where can we get the book? How can we stay connected?
So the book is available on Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. Also on my website, it's called The Accidental Parent, Nurturing Love in Unforeseen Circumstances. And the book is written as a journal also, because I wanted you to be able to decompress. I want you to read this information. I also went to other accidental parents and people who were raised by accidental parents. So we had those stories in the book as well. Because I wanted you to read the voice of other people who have been in your shoes. You're not alone with this. And that's why I wanted to make sure it was important to include those stories in the book. And then I wanted you to have like a Dear Diary section at the back. I want you to write this down, because then you're leaving a space if the other parent or if the biological parent is still around and available. This is an opportunity for them to read your thoughts and for you to share. And this could be a new book for you down the line, right? You might take this journal and create it and turn it into something else because you found another part of yourself. You worked through these situations. So that's why I thought it was important. Now, I tell you, the editor I was working with was like, I wouldn't put a journal at the back of the book. I was like, okay.
Thank you. And we're placing it.
Right.
But because it was important for me. Like, I wanted it to be, because you get tools, you get stories, you get words, but a lot of people learn by writing. You internalize, you can work
process it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you need that. And two, once you can see like how far you've come.
Yes.
Like, I think that's the most important piece. Once I was honest out loud and said I didn't like motherhood, I actually became a better mother.
Yes.
Because then I was able to pinpoint why I don't like motherhood.
And like Dani said, like, that's important. Like, you need to say it out loud. You need to feel that feeling because it's guilt, right? And you don't want to say, because if you admit it to yourself, it's like, who gonna find out? How they gonna know now?
Because they're gonna know. Guilt and shame are besties.
Yes.
So that shame seeps in, and then you start trying to hide it, and then you just start creating this monster version of yourself that's trying to conceal something, but you actually end up just becoming the opposite of what you were trying to present. Like, it's just a shit show. Like, just don't do that. Just say what it is and move past it so that you can then start to heal it and process it and move through it, and then that way you can show up as a better version of yourself every single day. Because like, okay, this is my feeling, what do I do about that? How can I resolve it on some level today, even if it's just 1%, so that over time it just gets easier and easier. But if you just keep sitting with that, it's just going to fester and drive you absolutely insane, along with everybody around you.
Right.
Facts. So we know where to get the book. Where can we stay connected with you?
I apologize. So my website is www.theipyagency.com. Instagram, I'm promoting you, and I am on the tickety top.
Okay.
I love me some tickety top. I don't know about y'all, but and so on TikTok it is promoting you too, because I'm promoting you wasn't available, but it's still promoting you. And I have a personal website as well, AdrienneDalexander.com, ADrienned Alexander.com. And so all of me is all of those, and so that's where y'all can connect with me.
I love it. You can stay connected with me everywhere, all over, at Alechia Reese. That's ALECHIA, last name Reese, REESE.
You can stay connected with me at the Dani Bourdeau. Bourdeau is BOURDEAU, and you can stay connected with Triggered at TriggeredAFPC on Instagram, TriggeredAFPodcast.com, TriggeredAFEvents.com to see what we're coming to, sitting near you with all the things, all the healings, all the tools, all the tips,
and the good times,
and the good times, and it was fun too.
Time, right? Like,
we had a good
time.
Yes. So go to all those places and please share this episode. You never know who is experiencing something like this, and they could just use a little pat on the back, a little kicking ass, okay?
Yes.
So that they can work through some of these triggering events that happen to us that we have to take on and just live with. But why live with it by yourself, alone, thinking that nobody else is experiencing this? Somebody is here to share their story and is being very vulnerable so that you can get the help that you need. So share, and we thank you so much. And thank you, Adrienne, for coming on our podcast. We will see you guys next time. Bye.